Hey, Emily, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, Brandy, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Me too. I love that we connected through Instagram, which I think is so fun because I'm here in Central Florida and you're in California, right? Clear across the country. And through the power of social media, we had mutual friends and we connected and figured out that really your topic aligns so well with my listeners. And so I'm really, really excited to get to chat with you a little bit more today.
Isn't that amazing how that works, right? It's like, well, we're clear across the country.
I know, I
But here
know.
we are, and it feels like I'm a part of your family. I remember, following you doing the chicken egg hunt, right?
Oh,
It's like
everyone
I
loves
feel
my
like I'm a
chickens.
part of it.
Yes, that's so true. And I love that about social media. And I feel like more often than not, social media gets such a bad rap. So I always like to give great examples about how it can be used for good and that it really does have such a powerful influence in our lives and can be just amazing for your business as well. So had to just give a shout out
Absolutely.
to Instagram there for a second. you know, it's great. So, Emily, tell our listeners a little bit about you and who you are.
Absolutely. Okay. So what I do for a living, of course, I'll start there,
Okay.
is I'm a health coach. I'm a holistic health coach. I am also a behavior change specialist, personal
Okay.
trainer, hormone expert, energy expert. I really love working with people who want to get the most out of their day, out of their life. And that's what I do professionally, is really helping them prioritize their health and themselves in the same way that they do their business or
Okay.
their financial investments, things
Yes.
like that. Really giving the same power or even more, because what is all of that without our bodies and our health? So that is what I do for, that's my passion, my career, it's my purpose. And of course, I'm also a mom to a very
Yes.
energetic, she'll be 4 actually in 2 weeks,
Oh
and
my
she keeps
gosh.
us on our toes. And and a wife to my husband. We've been married for 5 years, but together for, we just figured out we've been together for 12 years, which is
Oh
kind of
my
crazy,
gosh.
but through a
Congratulations.
lot of adventures. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're doing this thing. We set out to live our most vibrant lives. And what really set me on this path is just kind of a summary, because it is a long
Hmm.
story, but a summary is just a series of health setbacks and
Okay.
setbacks in my life that have really put me on this path to wanting to help people step into their, the best version that they can be. Just knowing what it feels like to drag your feet and to not want to get out of bed, or to not feel like you're up for working out because you're in so much pain, or you're so tired all the time, or you just feel
Yeah.
blah. So going through and experiencing firsthand all of those setbacks of my own,
Yeah.
including some of the mental stuff, right? Of like overcoming anxiety and depression, which can be
Hmm.
debilitating.
Hmm.
That's what really set me on this path, and put me in line with my purpose.
I love that so much. And it's funny because, well, I know that there are people in my audience right now chuckling to themselves and thinking, okay, so Brandy is talking to a health coach and she eats McDonald's 5 days a week. But I know that's what
I
they're
love
thinking.
it.
As you're talking, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this interview is going to be interesting. The reason I loved your topic so much and what you can bring to our listeners is because exactly that, really. Like, I have no intentions of never eating McDonald's again. However, as a 40-year-old mom of 3 and I have a billion things going on all at one time, always, I do definitely feel that. I feel kind of that, afternoon slump, or just some days you're like, yeah, not today. It's not
Yeah,
happening,
yeah.
and you're really run down. And so when I saw your topic, I thought this is so great for entrepreneurs because we tend to just run ourselves until there's nothing left.
For
And
sure.
we don't really have practices put into place that can help us to really build that energy, like you said, And so I'm excited to talk about that today a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up though too, Brandy, because there's no judgments here. And I did see one of your reels, I think, where you were like, I'm doing this, and nobody's going to tell me not to.
I was
And I think
actually
that's
thinking, oh my word, please tell me she knows that I'm like a McDonald's junkie before we get into
totally,
this.
totally. And that's the thing, is there's no judgment. And that's what I love about what I do is it's not a cookie cutter program. I'm not
Hmm.
in here to be like, okay, you need to cut your calories and start counting your macros out every day or
Right.
meal plan every Sunday. And obviously there's a place for that. There's people that
Yes.
thrive on that, but that is not what I thrive on. And I think
Mm.
most of the people that I vibe with are kind of with me in that camp of like, we've got a million things to do and a million things we want to do, and we do
Yes.
not have time or the desire to cook 10 chicken breasts every Sunday
No.
afternoon. Like, the kids need things, we don't have space for
Right.
that.
That's
So
right.
it's very personal, and I love that you
Okay.
brought that up because it is so personal. Um and I think, and we can, you can kind of phrase this how you want, or ask me things specifically, but I think it's important too, like you just touched on that, of like having little things, like almost like little
Hmm.
tools that you can use to
Yes.
bring your energy up. It doesn't mean you have to do like a 360, or
Yes.
completely uproot yourself and live this different life, but more so like, what can you do on those days when you feel depleted, or when you're
Hmm.
on the train to burn out, and just being able to kind of stop yourself and step out of that and be like, okay, wait a minute, like, let me replenish myself. What do I need right now?
Hmm.
And it is very personal to each person and
Okay.
each lifestyle. So
Yeah.
I think that was it. I love that you brought that up.
So you can figure out how to work McDonald's into this whole thing, right? Is that what you're telling me, Emily?
If that's the thing, is if you wanted a part of your lifestyle, we need to figure it out, right?
That's right. I mean, I definitely could scale back, but currently it's easy and fast. And so let's talk about that for just a second. So most of the people in my audience are small business owners,
Mhm.
and most of us are in the service based industry, which tends to be extremely time heavy, right? So we're not selling
Yeah.
a product, we're selling our time, and that tends to create really long work days. So do you have some tips for our listeners of things that they could really do in their day to day to think about their energy level and how to optimize their productivity?
Absolutely. What a great question. And this is the thing that, like, again, while when I work one on one with people, it is very personal. When
Yes,
I
of course.
give, and I do master classes, and I've been in a couple podcasts, it's like there are things that apply to all of these people that fit into this, right? And so
Yes.
I always come down to the basics, and it's stuff
Okay.
that some of it, it's like probably your listeners and you and I have heard a million times before, but it's one of those things where we can't hear it enough. It's like the
Yep.
more you hear it, the more it
Hmm.
sinks in, and the more you're actually take a minute to be like, okay, wait, am I actually doing that?
Yep.
So there's a few things, and the first one I want to start with is really dialing in a morning routine. And this
Okay.
does not have to be like, when I say that, it sounds like it has to be this big, hefty, time consuming thing, but very simple. And typically when I'm start working with someone, I kind of look at, well, what do you have in place now? And if they come to me and they're like, oh, I actually do A, B, and C, then we just add some things to it. If
Okay.
they come to me and they have nothing in place, we literally will start with one thing, and what's the most supportive thing they can do to really support their body and get
Hmm.
them going, and just create this ritual that becomes consistent and you
Okay.
can build upon. So if I were to pick three things that would be really supportive for your morning routine, the first thing would be a large glass of water before anything else. Just starting
Oh,
your day
okay.
with hydration can be one of the most powerful and simple things that you can do. It literally will take you an extra 60 seconds, even if you have nothing in place. And you just start with that. And the great thing about that is, I think most of us are coffee drinkers or
Yes.
caffeine drinkers.
I was just going to
Like,
say, now, can we have coffee after the water?
exactly, exactly. And that's the thing. It's funny. I did this tour before coronavirus went down. We're
Okay.
we're all in it before the quarantine went down, and we were locked in. I was doing this like kind of tour with this gym that I worked with.
Okay.
And I went and did these nutrition and health workshops, and I went to 5 different locations. And this was one of the first questions I asked at the beginning of every location was, okay, how many of you start your day with coffee? All the hands went up,
Of
right? I
course.
was like, how
Yes.
many of you have water before the coffee? And like 25% of the hands. I was like, all right. So first thing is
Hmm.
just reminding yourself and just knowing, maybe we don't know. Coffee actually, while it's fine and I love it and I'm a huge
Yeah.
coffee fan and coffee drinker, it is a natural diuretic. So that
Yes.
means it does pull water from your body and does
Okay.
dehydrate you a little bit. So if we're starting our day with coffee and
Uh-huh.
then not getting to the water after, we're essentially already behind. Right, we're already behind on the dehydration because we're -1 with that coffee, and then we have one and we're back to zero. Right,
I love
instead,
that.
if you have
Okay.
that glass of water before the coffee, you're setting yourself up for success, right? You're a little bit ahead. You have a head
Yeah.
start, just kind of cleansing your organs and your whole system with that glass of water, and then of course the coffee, right? And then go through your
Yeah.
day with that kind of just in mind, that intention of keeping your body hydrated.
I love that you explained it the way that you just did because can I just tell you, I legitimately go to bed every single night and every night and I say, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm having water first every night because I know it's a thing, but I've never known really why it's a
Why? Yeah.
thing, right? And so, and then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, the coffee's already made because my husband is a gift from the Lord and he presets it to be made by the time I wake up. And I grab the coffee first. But I love the way you just described it because when you said you're setting yourself up for success, I mean, that's what I coach on all the time is like setting your business up for success, setting your life up for success. And here I am not setting my health up for
Yeah.
success. So I love the way you describe that. And I think that that's going to make me have the kick in the pants to do this the right way.
It
So
does, it
I'm going to
changes
try it.
perspective.
It really
I think that's
does.
important.
Hmm.
And that's big for me too, is like, if my clients are drinking soda and they're eating fast food and they're doing those things, and it's like, if we look at it, right, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, let me just explain what that might be doing. And if it resonates
Yeah.
with you, great. If not, then, also great, because it's more like a knowledge is power, right? It's like,
A
if you
hundred
don't
percent.
know, then you don't know. So I think that's the most important part of this whole process is just having a deeper understanding. And it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be like so deep where it's like scientific and crazy. I've read these books that I'm like listening to, and sometimes I just have to like stop it. I'm like, take a breather. I'm like, my
Right.
brain needs a break. But
I
if you
love it
can,
so much.
absorb it easily, it
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Okay.
yeah,
I love that.
hydration would be number one if I were
Okay.
to pick again 3 things. The second thing I would probably say, and there is kind of like a tie between the second and third thing, but really it would be like a gratitude journal. And I know this is
Okay.
like one of those things, right? That's like, wait, you're a health and nutrition coach and this and that, but this just changes the way you go into your day, right? And I think you know this too, because
Hmm.
it's the same with your business, right? If you're always focused on like the failures, you're just going
Yeah.
to feel like you're not getting anywhere.
Hmm.
But if you can shift your perspective to what's going great in your life, and in this sense, what's going great for you,
Hmm.
be it in your business, your body, your personal life, your health, like what do you have that's really wonderful right now?
Hmm.
And that just changes. What I found in my own experience and with my clients is they go into their days with a different outlook, right?
Yep.
They start looking for things to add to their gratitude journals, because when you first start, if you've never done one, I remember when I first started, it took me a minute. I was kind of like, well, like, I don't know. I was like, is this like kind of clear? Like, I don't know, the morning, the birds.
That's right.
Like, what am I looking for really? Coffee made it into my gratitude journal every day. Still does sometimes.
Yep.
But, just like it really changed the way that I went into my day. And I know with some of my clients who are really focused on, achieving a goal in their body, be it,
Yeah.
a lot of my clients have like digestive issues, right? So, or even like hormonal imbalances. So if they're dealing with like chronic migraines or chronic headaches, if they start focusing on what's improving, like
Okay.
how's your energy today? Like, are you like, is it bloating less? Are you feeling lighter in your body? Are you feeling happier in general? Instead of just focusing on, like, oh, I haven't like fully gotten rid of all these things yet, which
Yeah.
I see a lot. They'll come to me and they'll write me and be like, okay, like this is working, but really like I'm not hitting this goal, you know. I'm like,
Okay.
but you haven't hit that one goal, but you've hit these three, right?
Right.
And so if we look at that, it just creates more positive feelings, more positive energy, or more inspired to keep going. And of
Yeah.
course, as long as you keep going, we all know that's the key to success, right?
Yep. 100%. You just have to
It's just
keep
not
going.
exactly, don't give
Yes.
up.
I love that. I love that so much. Okay.
And then the third thing would be movement. And I think we could all,
Okay.
and this is kind of like, again, I could do four things, I could do five things, but if I were to like really narrow it down to like just hitting the bases, like how can we
Yeah.
support you internally? Hydration. How can we support your headspace? Gratitude. And how can we support your physical body, getting,
I love that.
blood flowing, your cells, everything, your lymphs, everything's activated, right? And that
Yeah.
would be movement. And this does not have to be anything epic, right? This doesn't mean
Okay.
you have to go to like a 60-minute intense workout. This is literally whatever, and you'll get to a point too in your health journey where you start to really like know what your body needs. There might be days
Mhm.
where you just need to stretch. There
Mhm.
might be days where you just need to go for a walk around the block, get some fresh air. Like I just like to prioritize movement and really like a minimum,
Okay.
maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes, something that feels really manageable, something
Mhm.
you can do, you can make time for, you can, be consistent with.
Yeah.
Because if you set a goal for, 45 to 60 minutes, but that's not realistic, then it doesn't, it's not going to do anything. So it's
Right.
all about like creating this routine that becomes a part of your morning, that becomes
Okay.
just as much integrated as like brushing your teeth and putting your makeup on, because
Right.
that's really just going to set the tone for your day. And now
Okay.
it's like, even if you don't get a workout in later, you got some movement in, like you're feeling the energy, the blood flowing, is circulating, you're getting the benefits from that, in the headspace as well.
Right.
And again, with the hydration, you're not feeling dehydrated, which is one of the most common
Yeah.
causes of fatigue, right? And
Mhm.
so and then of course gratitude. So I think those three are the most powerful if I were to really like just narrow it down.
I love that so much, and I do have quite a morning routine and I'm a little bit nutso about it. Like I like routine in general, so I feel
Mhm.
like when I get out of my routine I'm like this is not working for me.
Yeah.
But I love the gratitude journal. I think that that is a really it's a great way to think about where you've been, and I do
Mhm.
talk about that a lot again with my business clients, and so I love that you're putting it into your health as well. And it's kind of like, yeah, you may not feel perfect today, but do you feel better than yesterday? Or let's look
Mhm.
at the progress, because sometimes when you're only seeing the day to day progress, it feels so tiny, right? But if you can look back a month and you're like, whoa, I have come so far in a month, right?
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
journaling helps a lot with that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's so true because otherwise you
Hmm.
see like what's right in front of you and that's it.
Yes.
And if you're so focused, I have a client coming to mind right now for me who came to me. She had probably, like a dozen things she wanted to work with, right?
Okay.
And two of the most I would say like impactful that were having such a negative impact on her
Uh-huh.
day-to-day life, or three.
Okay.
One was actually irregularity, so she was like
Okay.
constipated, she was bloated, right, like so
Yeah.
digestive issues. The other was mood swings, headaches, she wasn't sleeping well, so it
Ah,
was like
okay.
hormonal, gut health. The third one is that she's been wanting to lose weight. She
Okay.
wants to lose 10 to 15 pounds.
Okay.
So we're into the program, right, and we'll have these check-ins, and she's been actually nailing, like she's been regular, she's never felt better, her energy's just incredible,
Yeah.
right? And she's like, all of a sudden she kind of forgot that those are ever a thing, and she's so focused on the number on the scale
Uh-huh.
now. And
Yep.
I'm like, no. I'm like, let's take a step back. Like obviously that's a goal and obviously it's going to happen,
Yeah.
but if all that's all we're focusing on, it's almost like what, waiting for the pot to boil, right? Is that the
Yep.
saying? Where it's
It's
like you're
absolutely.
obsessing over it.
Yes.
And it's, that's why I think that just gratitude, celebrating wins, having moments where
Yes.
you celebrate the things that you succeeded at, and then maybe
Yeah.
set new goals after you've given your time to celebrate that and feel it. Because it's like the more the more proud you feel, the more happy you feel
Mm-hmm.
about what you're doing and about yourself, the more
Mm-hmm.
inspired you're going to feel to continue doing better. And that's
Yes.
really important.
Yes. And I think anyone listening right now would agree with that, right? Because I know I have felt that in my life is just sometimes when you don't feel great about your health or you don't feel great about your body or, you do feel less confident. It's
Mhm,
hard to even do things for your business or for your
mhm,
kids or for your husband, right? Because you just don't feel great about yourself. And so it really does start with, and then all of a sudden you start maybe working out a little bit or you start drinking water or all those things,
exactly.
and it can really change so much. And I love that in your notes that you gave me for the show, which I'm loving actually, but I love that you said that high performing entrepreneurs that practice holistic wellness are more productive and generate more revenue on average. And I think that that's something I really want my listeners to hear, not because it's all about the revenue, but obviously
Mhm,
we're business owners. And sometimes when you hear people talk about like, oh, you have to take care of yourself, you're like, I don't have time to take care of myself. I'm over it.
yeah.
But I really want you guys to hear that. So if you're doing something else, just listen for a second that really when you take care of yourself internally and mentally, like you're
Mhm,
talking about, Emily, it does lead to a higher bottom line. It just does because you are going to be more confident. You are going to be more creative. You are going to be more inspired as a business owner. You can serve your business so much better when you first
absolutely.
serve yourself, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And
Yeah.
that's something that's like, I mean, it's almost like I had to start using that language a little bit
Yes, to
more
make
because
people listen.
yeah, because
Uh-huh.
that's the thing is like we know and we know to a certain extent that taking care of ourselves is important.
Sure.
But what's the ROI, right?
A
Like what is this all
100%.
for? It's much
Yes.
easier to make investments in our business because
Yep.
we know, okay, if we invest this much, we're most likely going to, increase our income by this much. But when we
Yes.
invest in ourselves, it's kind of like we look at it as a luxury where it's
Uh-huh.
actually a necessity, right? And you're so spot on because when you feel, and I know this firsthand, is when you feel confident, when you feel
Mhm.
strong, when you feel excited, when you feel inspired, because especially as entrepreneurs and if we're all working and I
Mhm.
know many of
Yep.
us are working online right now, right?
Yes.
It's about how you show up.
Yep.
And if you're showing up feeling like, blah, so to speak, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of all of those things, you're just kind of like, "Ugh, not very excited,
Yeah.
no one's really going to show up probably or watch this because I don't feel very good." It's just
Yeah.
not going to connect with people and really
Correct.
resonate with people. And Brandy, I think that's one of the things like I loved about you, right? And that's I remember reaching out to you and I was like, your energy is literally contagious. And I love and to see that you have three kids and you're over there and you're running around, you've got you and your husband and all these things going on. And really it's just like to to be a part of that and instead of
Mm.
not to say that like anybody that's showing up kind of right now exhausted is turning people away, but it just
Sure.
doesn't like get your community as excited as it does when you feel good and when you feel
Yeah.
inspired. And so much of it is like it's video and showing up for
Yep.
on video, showing up for your clients, like you said,
Yes.
showing up for creation, which is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Um, and I've actually started working with corporate companies and their employees. And so that's
Okay.
one of the reasons that I used that language a little bit because when I did this, I had my VA, my virtual assistant. She looked up all of the studies on like, you know, how and especially before this year, right before
Uh-huh.
we really went virtually as a country or as
Oh
a
my
nation,
gosh. Yes.
people would or companies would invest in their clients' health with like gym memberships or
Okay. Yes.
different things like that. And so
Mhm.
now that we're all working or many of us are working virtually, it's like,
Mhm.
well, how do we fill that void? Like how do we get the employees excited to still show up and how do we make them feel supported? So
Yeah.
this is why I kind of dove into this a bit this year, and really supporting those employees at home and having like little Monday motivation meetings and like let's
Yep.
get ourselves what is the one thing we can focus on this week for ourselves. And
Yep.
that carries over into how we perform. That carries over into our, our performance, also our business, all of
Yeah,
those types of things, because it means that you can do more in less time and then still have more energy for other things, the
I
other
love
things you
that.
haven't had energy for.
Yes, I love that so much. And so this morning routine, for sure, I'm going to be trying. I feel like a lot of how I'm able to show up is the gratitude that you're talking about because,
Hmm.
so often we just think about it's COVID, it's a pandemic, it's all
Hmm.
these things, but then thinking about all of the blessings that are coming from it is super helpful, but I don't journal it. I journal a lot for a lot of things, but I do not journal that. And so it's really interesting. And what's even more interesting as you said it, and people know this about me because I talk a lot about how I journal to my girls. I have a journal for each of my children, and I
That's
write
sweet.
letters to them about like what we're doing and what their life is like and just like randomness. Um, but again, that's something for someone else,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so the idea of maybe just keeping a journal for myself of just the same thing, like a letter almost, because I do have a hard time kind of writing diary style. And for anybody
Hmm.
else listening that may be thinking, oh, journals are so journally. I don't know,
Hmm.
but like
Yeah.
when I started doing it for my girls, the reason that I was able to do it is because I felt like I'm writing a letter to them constantly, just telling them about life. And I'd almost like to just kind of tell myself, like, future self, here's what your life is like today, or
Yeah.
here's some things that we're thankful for, or here's some things that we're working towards, or, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that way I can look back on it, or my girls can one day and say, how cool that, mom would really put these pieces of gratitude on paper. And I think that that's really interesting. So I'm going to try all of these things.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm totally going to try it, and you guys can hold me to it because I'll journal some of it in my stories because I think that that would
Yes,
be really fun to try to encourage other people to say, "Hey, let's do this together. Like, let's really try to put this
totally.
together." Um, so what about Emily afternoon? And I don't know if you're like, girl, I don't get into the afternoon time slump, but but that's such a thing too, right? Especially with us all working from home. And I'm looking out my windows right now and a storm is rolling in. So I'm like, oh my
Right.
gosh, like a storm and the afternoon all together. It's like the perfect mix of doing nothing. So what would you suggest that people can do really throughout the day to kind of keep their energy up to be super productive throughout the business day?
Yeah, no, that's a great question because it's such a real thing. And
Hmm.
first of all, I'm very jealous of your storm. We
Oh
have
gosh.
nothing going on in California except for fires.
You know what? You're so right. That was probably very unthoughtful of me.
But no, I know what you mean though, because it's like total like cuddle up and watch Netflix weather, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're recording this, you guys, just so you guys kind of have an idea of what's going on. Like it's mid-afternoon on a Monday, and a storm is rolling into Central Florida as it does every day around this time.
Right.
And I'm just like, all I want to do is go lay on the couch, but I have 4
You're
more
like, my
hours of
day
work
is
to do.
over.
Yeah, I don't get that luxury. So tell us a little
Yes.
bit, Emily, about what we could do throughout the day to kind of just keep our energy up.
Totally. And I think so the big thing again comes back to, and there's a lot, and I actually have a PDF I want to share with your
Oh,
listeners
great.
too, of like,
Yes.
I really narrowed it down to like 5 sneaky things. I call it
Okay.
sneaky things that we don't realize are causing low energy and what we can do
Oh,
about it. So like
I
quick
love
fixes.
this.
You'll definitely have that for your listeners. And so, something
Okay.
going into your day that I like to, again, you start your day with this, right? And
Okay.
then you really keep this as an intention, of course, is hydration. That's
Okay.
probably the biggest one because we often forget. And I know my entrepreneur clients, I'm always having to remind them, wait, like we'll get on a call in the afternoon and they're like, oh, this is the first time I'm having water. This is the first time I'm drinking, and I'm like,
Yeah.
uh-oh, and so having that intention going throughout the day and however you need to do it, like it depends on what works for you, because again,
Mhm.
everyone operates differently, but maybe you set like a little post-it on your desk. It's like drink
Yeah.
water. Maybe it's
Okay.
that basic, right? Or maybe you set a reminder on your phone. There is something I just discovered for a client called Habit Hub, I believe. It's an
Okay.
app that you can kind of like input your habits. If you're like one of those, if you operate well in that way, where you like to be super organized, it
Sure.
will remind you different things throughout the day. Or there's like apps where you can like water kind of, do you remember the Tamagotchis back in the 90s?
Yes,
And there's like
yes.
apps now where you can like water plants. I think it's called like Plant Nanny or Waterlogged. I think those are a couple of them. And
That's
it
funny.
helps you like keep it fun, where you're like
Okay.
remembering to drink enough water throughout the day. So one thing I will say just to share with everyone is a good baseline, like your
Okay.
minimum, what you should be shooting for in a day
Hmm.
is half of your body weight in ounces.
Okay.
So
That's
let's
a
say that you
minimum.
weigh, that's the minimum. Yes.
Oh dear.
I know.
Okay.
And most people are like, whoa, I'm not quite there. And that's okay. But the cool thing about that is it gives you a place to aim
You
for,
got to have a
right?
goal.
You have to have a
Listeners, you know this.
goal.
I'm a goal girl.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why I don't like the 8 glasses a day thing. So it's because it's
No.
like, okay, well, if I'm 120 pounds or if I'm 200 pounds, am I still drinking 8 glasses of water
Right.
a
It makes
day?
no sense.
So half of your, so again, if it's like, if you're 150, right,
Yeah.
75 ounces a day of water.
Okay.
And that is the minimum. Now, if you're really far from that, like if you're consuming 50 ounces a day, which is
Hmm.
not that uncommon to see,
Yeah.
and you need to be shooting for 75, then let's go there, right? Let's make
Okay.
that the goal, the focus of the week. I always like to
Yep.
start with that because again, it's something that doesn't require money, it doesn't require much time. It's very simple. It's literally you just making sure to fill your water bottle
Yep.
throughout the
Yep.
day, and it makes a huge difference. So it takes
Okay.
little effort for big return. Like you'll
Okay.
notice clarity, reduced brain fog, more energy, just feeling lighter, feeling more excited, able to get through your long days. Now, if you're pretty close to that and you're still dealing with fatigue,
Hmm.
it's a good idea to like just analyze for a minute, not
Sure.
very long. Like, are you drinking a ton of coffee or
Mhm.
other caffeinated drinks, even tea, juice, sodas? Like, are you drinking
Okay.
a lot of other things throughout the day? Because those things can also pull water from your body, right? They can
So
act
we
as natural diuretics.
Yes. And I actually did not know that part. So we think, 3 o'clock have a Coke because
Hmm.
you're tired, but really
Hmm.
that's sucking water from your body. It's not going to
Totally.
give you the jolt that you need.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I love that.
And that's the other thing. Exactly. So it's like at that time, and it's so, so common. 98% of the people I talk to and work with are like, so what do I do around 3? Because it's a
Uh-huh.
literally like
Oh,
a nationwide slump,
yeah. I mean,
right? And
yeah, you're exhausted by 3 o'clock. You're like,
you're
what?
done. You're totally done. And it's partially, it's partially like brain fatigue. It's
Yeah.
partially dehydration. It's partially not the right nutrients. It's
Okay.
also a hormonal shift. There's a hormonal shift that happens. So there's a lot. And just to not overwhelm you or your listeners, hydration is probably the quickest fix. I will
Okay.
say the other thing that you can focus on is having like a nutrient rich snack. So
Okay.
if you are somebody, and I was this person too, that would go to the coffee shop and I would get a pastry and a coffee at 2 o'clock, right? Because
Yep.
it's like that's supposed to be the fix.
Sure. That's
But of
simple.
course, what it's doing is, the caffeine is taxing my adrenal glands a little bit, which is a
Okay.
conversation for another day. But just to kind of give you an idea, it does make you more tired because that
Okay.
sends signals to your hormones. So if you're taxing your adrenal glands, it's sending haywire signals to your hormone, leading to hormonal haywire. And that, in addition to dehydrating you, in addition to the spike of the sugar. So
Right.
there's a lot that happens. So then all of a sudden you get this surge of energy and then
Okay.
this crash, right? And then you
Okay.
feel even more tired than before. So the best thing to do, if that's you, is to just
Yeah.
add water before that, right? Like
Okay.
that's the easiest, most like it's gonna not feel like a complete life makeover, but it's an
Right.
easy switch. So add some water.
Okay.
If you wanted to switch your snack out to something more nourishing, more
Mhm.
energizing naturally, right? We want to look at something that's nutrient dense. So that means
Okay.
that's high in vitamins, minerals, and maybe even water. So that's going to be something like a plant, like a
Okay.
apple, right? Or
Huh.
like fruit or carrots or something along those lines where they're packed with vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and
Uh-huh.
fiber and water.
Okay.
So that's an easy one. You could also look at like omega 3s in particular. So something like if you were avocados, you could even do like avocado toast, right? Like it's
Yeah.
something most people love. Salmon, if you have like wild caught salmon, I actually like these little like, again, as somebody who's at my computer all day as well, it's nice to have things that are like right
Uh-huh.
next to you.
Right there.
So
Yes.
this is something I do just to give everyone an idea. I'll fill up my water bottle. I have this hydro flask. I'm showing Brandy. It's like a
Uh-huh.
22-ounce hydro flask. And I make sure to consume 3 of those in a day in
Okay.
addition to my morning water before
Okay.
coffee. So that's like my minimum. That's my goal. So I always have that next to me. I'll refill it as needed, and then I'll make sure in the morning to like either get like a little bowl of berries
Uh-huh.
or or fruit like an apple or something and put it next to my desk, and maybe like a handful of nuts, or again there's this wild caught salmon bar. It's like salmon
Huh.
jerky kind of, by
Okay.
Epic. And I love them. They're really tasty. They're like smoked salmon essentially, but it's like a jerky stick. And so I'll
Okay.
put that next to my desk if I'm having that day with the fruit or with the veggies, and I'll just
Okay.
keep it there until the afternoon. So I don't even have to get up, right? It's like as
Yes.
easy as possible. I'm doing my morning thing and I'm just in the kitchen, just grab the stuff, go over to the office, and it's there, so that when I'm
Yes.
starting to feel tired, or if I want to get ahead of the curve and just be like, okay, around 2:30, this is what I'm doing. I'm having, some berries, and I'm having this Epic salmon stick. And so
Okay.
like just having that prepared is the best
Huge.
option for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that you could get really into it. This is something I do with my clients. Like when it comes to hormones, you could look at adaptogenic herbs. There's different supplements that could be supportive depending on, what your other symptoms are. There could be deficiencies at play. So there's a lot
Okay.
of ways and room to really like, rev up and optimize your day,
Sure.
so to speak. But those are the quick fixes. So prioritizing
Okay.
hydration, having a nutrient rich snack, and, just trying to at least reduce or eventually eliminate the extra refined sugar and
Right.
caffeine in the afternoon, because that
Okay.
does, even though it kind of seems like it gives you this little surge, it's a very small short surge and it leads to a much larger crash.
Yes, I feel that sometimes. Yes. Okay. That's great. Perfect. Okay, so 5 sneaky things that you can do to improve your energy. So tell me what those are one more time. So
Yes.
hydration.
So hydration is a
Mhm.
big one. Now, if I were to go in the list, so I think the
Yeah.
way I worded in there, hydration is number 2 on the list. Number
Okay.
1 is actually the foods you're eating.
Okay. Yep.
So foods you're eating, and I give a little like outline in there of like
Perfect.
how they could be contributing to fatigue and brain fog and what to focus on instead.
Okay.
2 is again hydration.
Yep.
3 is stress. So that's where we're all like, wait a minute, what are we going to do about stress?
Uh-huh.
That's where the gratitude journal plays a very simple fix,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
It's a simple, there are a lot of ways you can, of course, expand here. I did talk a little bit about adrenal glands again, because that's kind of my big
Great.
thing, is really supporting hormones.
Okay.
Most of us don't realize that it has a lot to do with our hormone imbalance,
Yeah.
and even more so to do with our adrenal glands, which is what
Okay.
kind of responds to stress in our bodies with the fight or flight. But
Okay.
if we were to just add one simple thing, that's going to be the gratitude journal. If
Yeah.
you wanted to get really, even build upon that more, walks, yoga, those are things that lower cortisol levels in our body, lower
Yes.
stress.
Okay.
And then, of course, meditation's a big one. But for some people, we don't jump right into that because it feels like a lot.
Yes. Yes. I
It
can
took
see
me a
that.
while to work towards that one. Um, so that's 3. Number 4
Okay.
is movement and exercise. And
Okay.
number 5 is deficiencies. So
Okay.
that's where I kind of talked about, well, making sure you have foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals, because for many of us, it's like, whether or not we're eating clean, we
Right.
often, especially as entrepreneurs, small business owners, we're working all day, that we're actually not eating enough. So
Yes.
sometimes, like, we may not be eating the right things, but it may be even more so that we're just not eating enough, or we're going really long periods of time without eating. So,
Yes.
our body in turn, if we were to think about it, it's like going on a road trip and you're leaving and your gas light's on. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yes.
need to fill the tank in order to make it to the end of your day, or the end of your week, or however you want to look at it, the end of your deadline.
Yes.
So really making sure to fuel yourself so that your body has something to use for energy and to use for brain function. It's really important.
I love that so much. This is really so helpful, Emily, because I feel like I'm kind of like this weird hybrid of like, I know I'm supposed to do all these things. And and I actually do some of them. Like the water, my husband is crazy about water intake. He every single time one of our daughters says like I have a headache or I skinned my arm or my
Mhm.
ankle hurts. He's like, you don't drink enough water. That's why. Oh,
I love it.
I'm like, babe, they did not skin their elbow because they did not drink enough water. I mean, and but
It's a
he's
quick fix.
crazy about water intake. Yes. And so I do drink my half of my body weight in water every day, but I did not realize that was the minimum. So
Yeah.
to me, and because I drink so much coffee, I'm probably at zero, I'm back to zero. So
Right.
just those kind of things I think are I love the way that you described them and why it's important, because I feel like when I know the why,
Yeah.
it makes me think, okay, now I want to do it. Don't just tell me to drink more water. Tell me why I need to drink more
Absolutely.
water.
Absolutely. Oh,
And
for
so for
sure. I mean, I love that you said that because that's been my objective in coaching. Because for me
yes.
personally, it's what, like, I spent years, and
Yes.
as a young adult or even teenage
Yeah.
girl, I dealt with a lot of like eating disorders and confidence
Mhm.
issues, as many of us do. And it took over my life. Like I was like, you become trapped by
Yes.
your anxiety around food or your body. And most of the reason now, looking back on that, it's because I didn't know. Like
Yep.
we aren't taught this stuff, which is so, like, it excites me. It also frustrates me because I'm like, I wish we were taught this stuff, but it excites me because it gives me the purpose. I get to share this with the world.
Yes.
Um and I'm very much not the coach that's like, okay, this is bad and this is good. It's very much like, this is why you may not want to do this. This is why you might want to,
Right.
because like you said, knowledge is, if you know why, it's going to inspire you to do it, and you have a reason
100%.
behind it. I mean, it's the
Yes.
same with business. If you don't have a why, then I mean, you're not going to want to do this. This is crazy
No.
stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're exhausted. So it's like if you don't have a good why, you're going to quit doing it. And so I love that you taught so much about that. And so I will make sure that we link your PDF, and thank you so much for providing our listeners with that. So it's 5 sneaky
Of
things
course.
causing low energy and how to fix them. So you
Hmm.
guys jump into the show notes and grab that link. It'll be right there in the show notes for you so that you can download it, which would be so so helpful. And then, Emily, tell everybody where they can find you so that if they want to reach out or learn more about all of this, that they can
Of
come find you.
course. Yes, please do. And let me know your biggest takeaways from the show.
Yeah,
I know Brandy and I would both love to hear from you guys.
for sure.
So I'm mostly hanging out on Instagram. You can
Okay.
find me there. It's coach.emilyd
Okay.
on Instagram. I also have a website. To be honest, it's pretty much just there, but it
Okay.
is there. coachemilyd.com. Yeah, definitely feel free to reach out to me and send me a DM. I would love
I
to
love
hear,
that.
what you're going to start implementing, or if you have any
Yeah.
specific questions for you. I'm here for you.
I love that so much. Emily, thank you for sharing with all of our listeners. This is going to be a lot of fun. And you guys, watch my stories this week because I am going to have some fun trying to implement this and just show you guys little things that I'm doing to implement some of these into my day to day routine. I think it's so
I
important.
am
So,
so excited to see it.
yes, thank you
Thank you for
so much,
having
Emily.
me.